Hello everyone, this is Selena with Selena Thinking Out Loud, bringing you another Storytime Sunday, Time with God. And we're going to be reading right out of our Sarah Young Jesus Calling book, Enjoying Peace in His Presence. And so if you have yours, go ahead on and snap it open to April 23rd of 2017. And let's see what God has for us today to understand about Him and our relationship with Him. And it reads, "Keep your eyes on me, not only for direction, but also for empowerment. I never lead you to do something without equipping you for the task. That is why it's so important to seek my will in everything you do." There are many burned out Christians who think more is always better, who deem it unspiritual to say no. In order to know my will, you must spend time with me, enjoying my presence. This is not an onerous task, but a delightful privilege. I will show you the path of life. In my presence is fullness of joy. At my right hand, there are pleasures forevermore. So we see here in this passage that Jesus is telling Sarah to share with us the fact that many times as Christians, we think that we have to do everything. We have to do so much stuff to prove, sometimes to ourselves, that we're doing enough for Christ. And sometimes we feel like we have to prove to others in the church or in the Christian community that we really do love God. But if we continue to build that relationship with God, we already know that we have a bond with Jesus. We know our relationship with Jesus because we have our daily time with Him. We spend daily devotional time with Him. We go to church, we fellowship, we do things to show God that we love Him, and we sit humble waiting for Him to want to use us. And so if, like it says in the devotional message today, that yes, we must keep our eyes on God for direction, but we also must keep our eyes on God for empowerment. And empowerment, is a word that shares with us that God is the one that gives us the strength, the desire, the passion, the wherewithal to do just that, to be empowered. And so for a general definition of empowerment, so we all know what empowerment means in this context, it says here, empowerment means the process of becoming stronger or more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. So we see here that God wants us to keep our eyes on Him for direction, but also for empowerment, for strength, for confidence in whatever He has for us to do. Because when God lays on our minds and our hearts and our spirits to do something, He's going to give us the tools and resources and everything we need, the inspiration to follow through with the task, to get it done, to glorify Him, knowing that everything that He assigns us to do is meant to glorify Him through us to others. And it's something that we as Christians, we do. We do think that we need to be in the choir. We need to be in the usher board. We need to be, out in the community, doing everything, running ourselves ragged, tiring ourselves out in the responsibilities of the church and community, because we think that we're pleasing God. But God is telling us through this daily devotional message that sometimes He wants us to slow down, sit still, and just wait on Him to give us guidance, and really make sure that everything we're doing that we think we're doing to glorify God is actually what God wants us to do. And sometimes, we all fall into that. We want to give. I know for me, I love giving. I love sharing resources. I love helping people to thrive. But sometimes I forget myself to receive God's blessings and, to receive that empowerment, to receive the direction that He has for me. I was just saying on Friday, I in my mind, I thought, I should get a manicure and pedicure professionally done instead of doing it myself. And, I have a little issue with always giving, but have an issue with receiving. And that's interesting, right? Because most of us love to receive gifts, love to receive things. But for me, I always kind of seem like I always give more than I receive or accept in to my own life. And so, Friday, I was out and about running chores, doing errands and things like that. And, I said, okay, God, I'm going to go and get my manicure and pedicure done. And, it's going to be good. I'm going to get it. I was so excited. And I went to run errands. I went to Walmart. I went to the Goodwill to look at things. And then after that, I was like, no, I'm just going to go home. I'm not going to get a manicure pedicure. I'm not going to do it. And then it was so interesting. After I came out of the Goodwill, I was pulling out the Goodwill and I happened to look over to my left and I saw a nail shop. And something in my mind was saying, in myself was saying, make a U-turn and just go in there. Just go and see if they're not busy or anything. And so I pull in, I find a part, and I go in, and it's almost empty. It's only two ladies getting their nails done. And so I go in, I sit down, and I had the most amazing experience. The workers were so generous. They were so sweet and nice, and they were just so thorough on my nails. And I was just so thankful that I actually buckled down and listened and let God empower me and give me that confidence to say, Selena, it's okay to do something for yourself. It's okay to receive blessings from me. It's not all about giving. Sometimes I want you to receive something good from me. And so I had to learn that this week, And so for this, knowing that God doesn't want us to be always running, moving for him, but he wants us to sit still for him too and wait for him to bring us the assignments that he has for us. That makes me feel good. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel good. And so we find out here where he says he will show us the path of life. If we allow God to use us as he wants us to, he's going to lead us down the straight and narrow path that he has for us. And we won't feel overwhelmed. We won't feel like we have to do the usher board, that we have to do the choir, or we have to do the dance ministry, or the young adult ministry. Oh my God, I feel overwhelmed in my own church. I thought church was supposed to be fun. I feel like it's another job. God doesn't want you to feel like that. He wants you to feel happy and open and really happy to do his will, right? And be a blessing to others. And so now we're going to go into the two scriptures that he had. They're both in Psalms here. Psalms 141, verse 8. And it reads, "But my eyes are fixed on you, O sovereign Lord. In you I take refuge. Do not give me over to death." And then the next verse we're going to go into is Psalms chapter 16, verse 11. And it reads, "You have made known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." I have a question for you. Do you feel overwhelmed in your church or in your community? And if so, what can you cut back on to help you to really key in on what God really wants you to do when it comes to serving him? So I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from me, no more Storytime Sundays, giveaways, and weekly videos, you can go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll talk to you soon in the next video. God bless.